now for the men's 400-meter hurdles in the Atlanta Grand Prix. And the lane assignments have Maurice Mitchell in lane 1, Bronson in 2, Harris, Atkins 3 and 4, Winthrop Graham, Dusan, Kovacs of Hungary. Nylander is a late scratch in lane 7, and Ken Harnden of Zambia is in lane 8.
A lot of U.S. competitors in this race, but the U.S. has been dominant in this race over the last few decades. Danny Harris, part of that story, leading the world with his 48.08 effort at the Brazilian Grand Prix meet. And one of the people he beat was Derrick Adkins, the world champion, a year ago.
Danny Harris running in lane 3. Derrick Adkins from Atlanta and Georgia Tech running in lane 4.
Harris won the silver medal in the Olympics in 84 games 12 years ago, a teenager at the time.
Well, another rivalry in this event between Harris and Atkins.
You know, I don't even try and get into all that, you know, who's the man to beat. Obviously, I've run faster than Derrick has this year, and psychologically, it gives me a little bit of a boost, if you will. But, you know, I'm training to try and run under 47 seconds, and if someone else is going to do that and they beat me, then that's fine.
Danny Harris out of Iowa State, 48.08 at the Brazilian Grand Prix in Rio a couple of weeks back.
You know, this is a tough event, and at age 30, his experience really makes a difference. Kevin Young, the Olympic champion in 1992, setting a fabulous world record, has not been able to repeat those efforts since. Remaining consistent in this event is not easy. The great Edwin Moses did it. Harris has been able to put together some excellent seasons throughout his career. And Derrick Adkins, the youngster in this field at 25, the reigning world champion.
Had a quick national correction in lane 8. That is Ken Harnden of Zimbabwe, not Zambia.
Ten hurdles, each 36 inches high, and a rather rare false start in the 400 hurdles.
It's contagious. If it increases exponentially, we're going to be here for a while. Danny Harris. Derrick Adkins from Atlanta.
Atkins said something interesting. Of course, he lives in town here, trains here. Told me that during the Olympic trials and probably the Olympics, he won't stay at home. He'll either go to a hotel for the Olympic trials or the Olympic Village for the games, because he wants it to feel like a big meet. He says if you just drive from home, it might just feel like any other competition.
Derrick Adkins, his father, Earl, taught him how to run the hurdles.
Ran for Morgan State and used to take Derrick to the track meets at Madison Square Garden when he was growing up, the Milrose Games, other sorts of meets. His coach here was his college coach, Grover Hinsdale at Georgia Tech. So he's kept the system that helped him be a star in college. 1992, not a great Olympic year for Derrick Adkins in that he hurt his ankle just prior to the trial and was only 4th in the Olympic trial. Probably the worst place to finish. So close to making the Olympic team, but not quite on it. Not bad for motivating you for future Olympics, however.
Harris in 3, Atkins in 4. Winthrop Graham from Jamaica, silver medalist in 92, is in lane 5.
And it's good for Atkins to have Graham up ahead of him, and it's another veteran of the event. But Atkins going out very aggressively now, Vern.
Derrick Adkins appears to have the lead. As they head down the backstretch, Danny Harris is running second. That's Harnden in lane 8 on the outside.
I'd like to be where Harris is, though, because he can look up and know at all times where Derrick Adkins is. Harris, an excellent finisher, as is Atkins, though. Both extremely well-trained athletes who don't fade in this really tough event.
2 hurdles to go. It's Derrick Adkins with the lead. Danny Harris running second. Derrick Adkins over the final hurdle. And moving up in lane 2, Bryan Bronson. It's Bronson coming on strong, and Bryan Bronson of the U.S. in an upset.
Huge upset for Bronson. Only ranked 5th in the U.S. in the 400-meter hurdles a year ago. And a lot of people had trouble down the home stretch. Dwight has mentioned it. Carroll has mentioned it. It is early. A lot of people are under-raced. And probably, if they're doing the right thing, have been doing a lot of training, so they may have come into this a little bit tired. A big confidence builder and big victory for Bronson. Bronson second from the right of the screen, so he had to contend with a tighter turn all the way around. You see Harris now third from the right of the screen in the yellow, chasing Atkins, and both of those athletes seem to be doing everything right, relaxing down the backstretch, getting comfortably over the hurdles. Of course, they've got to measure out their steps in this event and make sure that they come up to it comfortably. No chopping of their steps before hurdles. There was a lot of chopping in the home stretch, and I think that's what led to several lead changes and adjustments. Winthrop Graham, the man in blue now towards the middle of the screen, had terrible problems with the last hurdle. That took him out of the running, as did Harris. You saw Harris hit a hurdle and just fall straight back. But Bronson really coming on strong, a former 200-meter runner who also runs a great 400-meter hurdle, an NCAA champion in that event while at Rice.
And an upset winner here in the 400-meter hurdles. He's with Craig Sager.
Well, Brian, we talked about the fact that Danny Harris could look up and see where Derrick Adkins was, but you on the inside, did you have the best view of all?
Yeah, I knew that they would take out fast, so I just geared off them, and I felt strong at the end. It helped a lot, looking at Derrick and Danny.
Craig Maspak talked about the 200 meters as one of your events growing up. Why the switch, and do you feel that this is an event that you can medal in this summer?
Yeah, I feel I can medal in the intermediates better than I could in the 2. I have the 200-meter speed, which helps me a lot in the intermediate hurdles.
What do you think of the track?
It's a nice track. It's a very nice facility.
I thought you would like it after that victory. Good job.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Vern.
Okay, Craig, thank you very much. The 1993 NCAA champion in this event while he was a student at Rice University, and he upsets the field and captures first place in the first event held in the Olympic Stadium. Tonight. Well, the official results now in the men's 400-meter hurdles. Bronson from Rice in the upset. Atkins finishes second, Graham third, and Mitchell is fourth.